अस्सलाम वालेकुम बेटा, कैसे हैं? ठीक हैं? खैरियत से हैं? तबीयत से ठीक है? I hope you people are very good and you people are very energetic and even interested in today's lecture as well. So beta, the first thing for today we are going to deal with is the advantages of reading. Advantages also means benefits, also means merits. So advantage, benefit and merit is the same thing. So today we are going to read it out in detail about the advantages of a reading. Although reading is major cause of reading is a source of knowledge. It is a great source of knowledge. But however, a good reader can be interacted with other things, manners, because reading has widened his vision and point of view. How widened his vision and point of view? We can see here the number first heading, knowledge of new ideas. Knowledge of new ideas. For example, if any reader reads any kind of books, either it is sociological books, either it is psychological books, either it is English books, either it is park study books, either it is religious books, either it is general knowledge books, either it is current affairs book. So whatever the kind of books are, the categories of books are not fixed. Knowledge of new ideas, when you go through a book of current affairs, you get a knowledge about the current affairs. Second, this was as compared to the books. The second is magazines, the Sunday magazines, the monthly magazines, the quarterly magazines, the semi-year magazines, the annual magazines, and in magazines, it includes the English magazines, Urdu magazines, the international magazines, the national magazines. So these are different. So these are different newspapers that again the local newspaper, the provincial newspaper, the international newspaper, English, Urdu newspaper. So whatever the ideas you get out from the reading is when you go through different books, different magazines, large variety of newspapers, and even reports, report of JITs, report of different theories. So, so any kind of report, annual report, or you can see a progress report at the end of the year academically for the students as well, that is which we used to call it as progress report. Every one of us was provided with that was provided with that progress report. So these all 4 to 5 things, books, magazines, newspapers, reports, gives us a vast knowledge or information. It gives us the ideas, it gives us the pieces of information. It also helps us to solve our problems and helps us to manage the situation. So the first one is the knowledge of new ideas. The second heading it covers the advantages of reading is self improvement. SELF, self Improvement, IMPROVEMENT, self improvement. When I talk about self improvement, whatever you have already in your mind, that is your existing knowledge. How can you improve? You can improve by listening, you can improve by reading, you can improve by discussion. So the best kind of advantage of reading is self-improvement, where it is written, reading is a great source of self-improvement and betterment and betterment. People used to say that ignorance is darkness. Ignorance is darkness, but knowledge is light. Knowledge is light that guides a person in every departments of life, in every ways of life, practically, socially, morally, economically, politically, in every aspect of life. So reading can make a stagnant, barren mind rich and cultivable. So this is how we can improve, we can we can increase our skills, we can improve our previous knowledge. So reading also helps a person to see in the present in relation to the past and the future things. Those books are the ready counselors. Books are the ready counselors that assist you, that promotes you, that guides you just to take a suitable, valid, and successful decisions. Valid, successful decisions. So the third one advantage of reading is improvement. IMPROVEMENT, improvement in understanding. UNDERSTANDING, improvement in understanding. Reading broadens means enlarge, ENLARGE, enlarge. Reading broadens, varies, enlarges individuals or one's understanding of the affairs of life. The more you read, the more you understand a thing. It is like if you read a single text or comprehension or a paragraph for one time, you will understand 20% of the content. If you read it twice, you will get 35%. If you get it for the 4 times, 5 times, surely you are going to get above than 75% of the message conveyed, of the information given by the writer. So this is how the improvement in understanding goes. The more you read authentic books, the more you read philosophical books, the more you read intellectual books, the more you are wise, intelligent, clearer, vivid, vivid, optimistic. If you are reading a book on law, rules, and regulation, you will become an optimistic person. If you are reading the content on Islam, You will get how Islam teaches us, what Islam teaches us, why Islam teaches us, and what is for the well being, for the welfare, for the warfare of the Muslim individuals. So, the fourth point, or we can say the benefit of reading, is readiness for action. Readiness means preparation. Readiness means preparation. You are ready, you are you have planned, you have quickly made your mind. Actually, it is the prior. Prior means the primary. 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 Reading for action. Fourth one is reading for action. The fourth one is reading for action. So, reading for action includes the preparation is prior to action. The first thing is to prepare what you have to do, what you can do, what you will be doing. So everything things must be in an apple pie planned, planning, strategic planning, strategic planning. So before taking action on anything, before focusing on any of the point, one must need a proper help and guidance. Reading is an essential and dependable way that can help you. Decisions are usually made in light of past knowledge, experiences, reviews, and feedbacks from other people that they may be just and successful. So, readiness for action means read, READ, read. From read we learn, LEARN, and from learn we do or act. Means we do or act. And the last stage is achieve, attain, obtain. So this is how the readiness for action works out. The fifth heading is the fifth heading is benefiting from experiences of other people. Now, when you are reading a book, actually, it is not your book. On the other hand, you are reading a book of other person who has wrote it for many purposes, for income, for reputation, for being popularity, for being research work. So there is no substitute for practical experience. Even I have heard few people saying that self or personal experience is the best teacher. Self personal experience is the best teacher. When you are reading the notes, when you are reading the books, when you are reading the written content by other people, actually it is the experiences of other people. Whatever the person experiences, whatever the writer face, whatever the uh, research arti- article is written, that is written from the experiences. What he she faces, what he she thinks, what he she contradicts, what he she likes, what he she rejects, what he she is interested in. So this is all the interests and the likes and dislikes are written. So those likes and dislikes actually are the experiences of other people. So when you are reading few topics, few paragraphs, few comprehension passages, it means you are getting used to many of the to many of the ideas, to many of the ideas of the people, to many of the ideas of the people. When I said ideas, it means the wealth of experience is a good guide that leads you to success. Reading is a good activity to acquire a better understanding of the life experiences of others, and particularly of the greater people, and particularly about the laureates, Nobel Prize laureates, the Nobel laureates, or the Nobel Prize winners, or the Nobel laureates, you can use any of it. The sixth point I want to relate is the tool of communication. Tool of communication, TOOL, tool of COMMUNICATION, tool of communication. Through reading, you build a solid foundation for communication. When you are reading, you create a very valid source of communication. Reading is reading is reading actually is reading is one of the most important tools which we use every day to connect with each other. It is this reading which makes us to be continued, to be communicated, to be being said. So the seventh thing is connecting your brain. When you get the ideas, actually it is the idea comes from brains. So when you are reader, you get the idea of a writer. That is how you stay connected with the brains, minds, thoughts of the writers. In silence, you seek for more. In silence, your brain is clear and focuses one of the reading well. When you are silent, it means when you are listening to me, you will get more over to it and you will get maximum to it. The eighth point is boost imagination. BOOST, boost imagination. Reading develops the imagination. Television, computer games have their place and they are more likely amusements. Amusement is a non-thinking activity. The possibilities are endless. Non-readers never experience these joys to the same extent. The last point for which I am going to cover is boost creativity. Boost creativity. So this boost creativity. Reading develops creative power in people. When reading to the children, stop for a while and ask them what they think is going to happen next. Let them think about the story when it is finished. If they could think over a better ending or anything that would be have improved, that would have been improved thus. With reading, the process of creative develops. So this was all from from the advantages of reading is concerned. So now give another title, that is level of reading. LEVELS, levels of reading. So reading needs concentration to have a good understanding of the story, of a text, of article, of a hidden message, of a written message. Reading is actually the search of the proposed meaning, can be found only through the intelligent and mindful reading. When you are focusing, when you are targeting, when you are getting that, you have to get something. When you are getting that, you have to get something, then you can get something. If you're reading a book without interest, then you will not get even a single thing in it. So it is a historian Van and Elder in their book VAN, Van and Elder, ALDER, Van and Elder, in their book how how to read a book, the classic guide to intelligent reading. But these are historians Van and Alger. In their book, the name of the book is How to Read a Book, the classic guide to intelligent reading, have talked about four reading levels which are given below, means which I'm going to share with you. The first one is elementary level of reading. First one is the first one is elementary level of reading. At this stage, reading is quite simple and easy. It does not involve any kind of sophisticated means of comprehending the text and making meaning out of it. This reading level corresponds to the grades of 7 and 8th class. Elementary level means till to the 7th or 8th class. Inspectional level of reading. INSPECTIONAL, inspectional level of reading. This kind of reading is actually the beginning of the mindful and careful reading. The careful reading, here the reader is like a detective, like an agent, like a spy. He skins, pre-reads, examines three particular things: skins, pre-reads, examines the little page and the table of the contents, and read the first two chapters before reading the whole book superficially for the gist of it. According to the Van and Elder, the superficial reading is essentially for enjoying more difficult works or writings. Somewhere we have been taught, somewhere we have been asked that these are very helpful books. So we cannot read the book thoroughly, we cannot read a book comprehensively. So if we read the first two chapters and the contents, we get con- we get connected, we get familiarized, connected. How now of the book, the analytical level of reading. The analytical reading requires high degree of attentiveness of the details, of the minute specifications of the book, the structure of the text, and the message of the writer. It focuses on the structure of the text and the message of the author. When you read analytically, you actually evaluate how well the author presents his ideas, observations, impressions, and compare it to the similar works. When it is all about talking, when it is concerning to the analytical level of reading, when the things are when the things are focused when the things are focused about analytical level, the main three to four things are included in it. That is the critical review of a book by judging and evaluating the author's ideas, observations, impressions, and comparisons with the similar works. So, reading a book analytically is actually the chewing, 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 and digesting it. The chewing and digesting it. The last level of reading is synoptical level of reading. Synoptical level of reading. Now, beta, in synoptical reading, you read a wide variety of works on the fixed particular same topic with the purpose of the constituting with the purpose of the constituting with the purpose of the synoptical reading is when you read a wide variety of works on the same topic, general view about the subject under any study. This kind of reading involves skills such as narrowing down the subject, selecting a bibliography. So do we are working on literature review for a research paper. We get help with the synoptical level of reading. We get help by the synoptical level of reading. Till now, I have covered with you first the advantages of reading, secondly, the levels of reading, levels of reading, and now the requirements. The requirements, requirements, requirements of reading. First of all, the reading speed, or you can say speed reading, or the rate of speed reading. Reading speed differs with person to person. Now, Asif is different, Arsalan is different, Kamran is different, Munib is different, Mubara is different. Mahi is different, Sunera is different, Zulkarnain is different. So every individual has his or own reading pace. According to C. Nutlal, C. Nutlal, Nutlal, secondary school students, where English is a second language, as you are, as I am. For the English people, English is their first language. For the people of Pakistanis, English is our second language. May read at 120 to 150 words a minute before training. According to C. Natlal, secondary school students, not higher secondary, secondary means the matriculated level, the students can speak up to the second language speakers, can read at 120 to 150 words a minute before training. But at university, students and like similar professional areas may read about 200 words, 200 words per minute. All these students can make very significant advanced in speed after training. Doubling the rate is not uncommon. An average increase would be about 50%. It is useful to know that for a speaker, koi bhi, any of the speaker, if you are a speaker of above average education and intelligence, whose first language is English, the person whose first language is English, he is able to read out 300 words per minute. So overall range of the speakers is very great, rates of up to 800 words per minute and down to the 140 maximum of the words we can read out is 800, and the minimum of the words we can read out is 140 words per minute are not uncommon. So the reading reads may vary, but in order to improve reading efficiency, reading speed has to be increased. If a person is able to read, if a person is able to read only one page in an hour, how can she be successful in reading the whole reading texts such as long novels, 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 poems, short stories, some articles. So we need to have a very good speed for it. The more we read, the greater there is a chance so that we can have a increased in our reading efficiency. Then there are categories of readers. Categories, categories of readers, readers. There are six forms of readers, according to which the first one is slow reader, SLOW, slow reader, SLOW, slow, READER, slow reader. Now, the slow reader is also known as the beginning reader, which starts which starts reading particularly from 0 words up till 150 words per minute. Now the speed, if you want to calculate the speed of this person, that shows that this person is a slow reader. I have told you the minimum speed of reading per minute was 140 words, and now the slow reader is only touching a figure of 150 words. So you can imagine that really he or she, the student, the pupil, is really a slow reader typically, because it gets difficult, it gets very difficult and tiring to have face to these poor comprehensions. The slow reader speaks and then becomes silence, then speaks and becomes silence. So he is not fluent with the reading. So he is not fluent with the reading. The purpose is that he cannot focus on, the purpose is he cannot focus on the good materials. So the second is the poor reader. Now the first one was the slow reader. The second one is poor reader. Poor reader normally usually reads up to 150, 150, 150 to 230 words per minute. Below an average to an average often have poor comprehensions and will often avoid reading. A poor person is poor by from his attributes, by actions. So then comes on the third portion, the average reader. So the average reader reads out 230 to 250 words per minute. 230 to 250 words per minute. Average reader can achieve the excellence with the help of this practice and training. A good reader often is able to read out 250 to 350 words per minute. So this is above than average. Good readers can achieve faster speeds, even up to around 500 words per minute. For the practice and training, so the fifth one is excellent reader, and an excellent reader reads to 350 to 800 words per minute. The last one is the skim reader, SKIM, skim reader, 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 faster than 800 words per minute. Skimming is a useful tool. I will discuss with you this skimming, scanning techniques in next lectures, or usually in this lecture also in detail. I'll be letting you know in detail about the skimming and scanning techniques. So when I said that the categories of readers, where it was the slow readers, the poor readers, average reader, good reader, excellent reader, and the skim reader, the question came into my mind is the causes of. What is the causes of, or what is the cause, or what are the causes of slow reading. So you can make another heading, causes of slow reading. We usually take reading for granted and do not realize the causes of slow speed in reading. The basic thing is the teacher should be aware of certain reading habits that may impede or interfere with the reading process. Some of such faculty reading habits are given below. So we people, you people, we are not asked to do reading. We are not. The first one is finger and head movement. Causes of slow reading is the first one is finger and head movement. Some readers move their fingers along the line as they read. This slows down the reading speed as the reader eye is uninhibited by the movement of the finger as it stops and touches individual words. Some readers make unnecessary head movements as they read. The only basic inhibits reading speed since the eyes are denied natural fixation. So, person is using energy, person is using his brain, person is using his nervous system in two systems. The first one is finger and head movement. The second is eye and head movement. Some readers make unnecessary eye and head movements as they read. Their eyes move from word to word, and so does their head. This also inhibits hold back reading speed since the eyes are denied natural fixation. Regression. Regression, REGRESSION. It means backward eye movements. The reader is reading and his eyes are sweeping, forwarding, and continuously advancing. So there is also a problem. And the fourth one is vocalization, means reading aloud, which is useful at primary stages where the aim of reading is fluency and correct pronunciation. But at the stage of silent reader, it is considered to be a faulty habit. So, what the common sense have to do with the loudness? Reading aloud, it much slower than the silent reading as our eyes move faster than our tongue. It is a genuine process. Eyes move faster than our tongue. If a reader vocalizes, he will tend to read word for word instead of sense groups, saying that the individual's words as they are read slows down the efficiency reading and it detracts from overall comprehension of a text. So the sub-vocalization is also part of it. When I said sub-vocalization, some readers do not utter the words in an audible way, in a listening way, but the murmur or the mouth them, that is the move of the lips as they read. The result is again a slowing down of the reading process, of the reading process. So these are how this shows the effect of vocalization. This vocalization can be understood by the following simple model of the reading process. For example, print, eye, brain, eye, vocalization, brain. So when I'm speaking, I'm reading slow. When you are just reading, when you are just reading and you are not reading it loud, that will help you to read it faster. So another Major heading is steps to improve reading speed. There are many technical steps according to C. Natlal, according to C. Nuttall, NUTTL, the suggested strategies to enhance reading speed are: for first one is getting rid of faulty habits. Getting, GETTING, getting rid of, RIDOF, of faulty, FAULTY, getting rid of faulty habits, HABITS, habits. First of all, the readers should get rid of the faulty habits of reading. He should not read by moving his head, eyes, or word by word. Rather, he should develop. Rather, he should develop the habit of reading in sense groups. Thus, he can be developing confidence in himself. He should give up loud reading and shift to silent reading. He must not focus on the loud reading. He must focus it on the silent reading. The second one is practice and checking speed. Practice and checking speed. The student or reader who is desirous of enhancing his reading speed should take up continuous practice. First of all, he should check the reading speed in words per minute. Then he should follow some other various strategies, which include some days again and check up the speed once again. The third one is developing habit of developing developing habit of regular reading. Just as swimming is learned by swimming, reading is enhanced by reading more and more. The more readers find out every day, the better results the patent reader. More novels, more interesting articles and newspapers, the more you get used to of reading is improving vocabulary. Improving vocabulary. There are many individual differences in the size of vocabulary. In a common speech, only about 3,000 words are used with any great frequency. If you calculate, a one good person only have 300, oh, forgive me please, it is 3,000 words that are used again and again with a frequency and fluency. Reading speed is reading speed is closely related to the range of vocabulary. The larger the range of vocabulary, the greater the speed of reading. So the enhancing Vocabulary is a long-term process. The reader should make it a habit to learn and enter in the diary at least 5 words a day. So people who used to ask me the fluently the questions how we can learn good English, how we can speak English, how we can be able to write correct English. He, she, the advice, a piece of advice for them is to enhance their vocabulary, and that is done by writing 5 words a day. He should constantly consult a good dictionary, some knowledge of the roots of the words, what is suffixes, what is prefixes, SUFFIXEX, suffixes, prefixes, PREFIXES, prefixes. So he should also learn to guess the meaning of the words into their contextual meaning, according to their, not according to their literal meanings, but according to the contextual, but according to the contextual meanings. So broadening knowledge. The fifth one is this I am letting you know is steps to improve reading speed. That includes get rid of faulty habits, practice and checking speed, developing habit of regular reading, improving vocabulary, broadening knowledge, methods of reading. Almost there are many methods and techniques that may be helpful in enhancing reading speed. The first one is skimming. SKIMMING, skimming. Methods of reading. The first one is skimming. Read a text quickly and find out its central idea, main idea. Read a text quickly and find a main idea. Scanning, SCANNING, it is opposite to the skimming. Read a text quickly to find out some specific information. For example, any name, for example, any number, for example, any address, for example, any particular information, specific, scanning one by one, the basic information, the specific, particular kind of information. Anticipation. While reading, the reader should guess the general content, what is going on, what must be in the next paragraphs. The main theme or main topic of a text, prediction. While reading a text, the reader should learn to predict what comes next at the level of words, phrases, sentences. In the English literature concerns, we used to use plot, that is beginning, climax, and end. So SQ3R is another technique. There are 5 techniques. The A is skimming, B is scanning, C is anticipation, D is prediction, E is SQ3R. This method was suggested by F.P. Robinson. F.P. Robinson in his book Effective Study, Effective Study, S stands for survey, S stands for survey, SURVEY, survey. Q for question, and SQ3R. Three R's represent read, 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 recall, read, recall, and review, and review, and review, and review. So, beta, I am going to summarize my today's lecture. I started my lecture with the benefits, advantages, and the merits of reading. There are 9 merits of reading, advantages of reading. The first one is knowledge of new ideas. Second one is self improvement. The third one is improvement in understanding. The fourth one is readiness for action. The fifth one is benefiting from experiences of other people. Sixth one is tool of communication. Seventh is connecting your brain. Eighth one is boost imagination, and the last one is boost creativity. Then I told you the levels of reading. The Van and Alder, VAN, Van and ALDER, in their book How to Read a Book, the Classic Guide to Intelligent Reading, gave us 4 levels: elementary level of reading, inspectional level of reading, analytical level of reading, and the last one is symptotical level of reading. Then the requirements of reading, for which it is improving reading speed and rate, according to C. Nuttall, it is said that second language may read at 120 to 150 words, and extensive reader may goes to better than this. Categories of readers: there are slow readers, poor readers, average readers, good readers, excellent readers, skim readers. Causes of slow reading is caused by the finger and head movement, eye and head movement, regression, vocalization, subvocalization. Steps to improve reading speed are getting rid of faulty habits, practice and checking speed, developing habit of regular reading, improving vocabulary, broadening knowledge. Then there are methods of reading. The number A1 is skimming, read a text quickly and found out its central idea. Scanning, read a text quickly to find out a specific information. Anticipation, read should goes the general content and theme of a topic. Prediction, should learn how to predict what comes the next level of words, phrases, sentence, clauses. SQ3R is a given by F.P. Robinson in his book Effective Study, where S stands for survey, Q stands for questions, 3R stands for read, recall, or review. read, recall, and review. Thanks for your anticipation and silence. I hope you will go through this lecture very minutely, observingly, critically, and analytically. So, hope for the best and God bless you. Allah Hafiz.